My name is Diarra Bousso, and I paint with equations. For me, math is rhythm, memory, inheritance. I grew up surrounded by the visual language of West Africa. Woven textiles, repeated symbols, colors carrying meaning across generations. Long before I understood equation on paper, I understood pattern emotionally. I understood that repetition could hold identity, that geometry could carry spirit, that cloth could tell stories. Over time, I began to realize that mathematics was never separate from that world. It was already there. It was in the symmetry of woven fabrics, in the architecture of my braids, in the movement of dancers, and in the logic of nature. In the way communities pass knowledge through pattern instead of text. This work is my attempt to honor that connection. I paint with equations. I use equations almost like another brushstrokes. For me, an equation is not only something to solve, it's something to feel. Every curve, every repeated form, every geometric transformation in this exhibition begins with a mathematical idea, but it becomes emotional through color, memory, movement, and heritage. I often think about how many African artistic transitions have historically been described as craft, instinct, or decoration, while the mathematical intelligence inside them was overlooked. But our ancestors were mathematicians. They were engineers of rhythm, geometry, architecture, weaving, balance, and code. They understood systems deeply, even if their knowledge was not written in the language Western institutions recognized. This exhibition is, in many ways, about reclaiming that truth. It's about showing what African design has always contained, computation. That pattern itself is a form of knowledge, because we are now living in a time where algorithms increasingly shape the world around us. Data, technology, these tools are often spoken about as if they belong only to the future. But when I work, I feel a continuity between ancient knowledge and emerging technology. I see code in weaving. I see algorithm in dye patterns. I see computation in oral tradition and repetition. Because before the archive, there were cloth. Before the equation, there was rhythm. And before any of us had languages for these ideas, we already knew them in our bodies.